these space cars.
Alright, boys, here we are here at Kansas, the middle of the United States. I hate this track. Can I get a... Yeah!
Kansas Speedway, here we are in the NORC Series, qualified second behind Ben Nelson. So good. If I'm in the top 3, I'm happy with it. A track that we really struggled at the last time we were here. It was NIS a few months ago, but because I had to change my setup and I was moving places, I think that wasn't a true indication of how I could do at Kansas. So let's see how we do here. I was very worried at the beginning of the race just to kind of get my groove back in. Luckily, caution comes out just after 2 laps. Main reason is I haven't really raced at a normal racetrack in over a month. My last actual, probably real race was, I don't know, maybe Kentucky or Pocono or something like that. So it's been a while. Josh Robin, unfortunately, takes a big lick into the inside wall, and one of the Iowa Corn Motorsports cars is out of the race. We restart the race, second lap of the restart, trying to run down Ben Nelson, just trying to get into a groove, and another caution comes out. This one wasn't as happy with that one, just because I wanted to see if I had speed. I wanted to see if I could run that top lane and go somewhere. So let's see what happens here. Spencer in the 12 gets in the wall, and then he goes hard into the outside wall, and his race is done as his car digs into the track, basically. Good job, iRacing Physics. And here we go, third restart of the race, still on old tires. No one's really pitted. I think the top 10 cars have stayed out, so don't really got to worry about any fresh tires at the moment. And let's see if we can run down Ben Nelson. So here we are, still on the first lap of the restart. Ben gets a little bit too high there in 3 and 4, and we're able to get a beautiful run coming out of turn 4, cut the apron, and now we are basically looking at trying to send it into turn 1. And I kind of did a half send. I didn't really fully send it, but I half sent it, and I think Ben just kind of let off the throttle just a little bit and gave us the position. So that's good news for us. We are in the lead, and now let's see if we could run this high lane and maybe stay in the lead. I don't know if the bottom is going to come in. Looks like Ari in the 78 is trying to make that come in, but mostly everyone is on the high side, and we are able to get a good run coming out of turn 4 and shoot out to a couple car lengths lead. We head over to a little bit later on in the race, a few laps later. Ari is 5/10 behind, and I'm trying to stay off of the wall as much as I can, especially in 3 and 4. Trying to drive very conservatively, backing up the corners a little bit as we are in the lead, and I'm very happy with it. And just trying to also get into a rhythm, because when I was trying to run maybe a few practice laps, I could never really get past 5 without hitting the wall. So caution comes out on lap 21, probably the longest run I've done at Kansas, about 9 to 10 laps, and didn't hit the wall where it was in the lead, so can't really complain much. Aaron does the same thing that Spencer did a few laps earlier, into the wall in turn 4. I think that turn 4 area, I don't know if I wouldn't say it gets tight coming out of 4. I would say it definitely gets tight in the middle. So that's where turns 3 and 4, I'm trying to be as careful as possible, as Elijah in pit road is having some situation. I don't know what you were doing, buddy, but you got the pit stall is right there. There you go. I think he's in it now. There you go. Good job, Elijah. In the pit stall, we come out of pit road, and we are back into the lead. Looks like Justin Lisenby gets into second place. So Justin is on the outside. We are on the inside. Green flag is back out. 25 laps to go until the stage end. So this should be a pretty good run if no cautions come out. Should be a good run to test out our speed and our pace. So move ahead a few laps. Justin is right there. He is right on our bumper. He's already not really letting us go, and I can't go much faster. I'm trying to be a little bit careful here in 3 and 4, not get too close to the outside wall, but you can see Lisenby really gain on me there in 3 and 4. You can see in 1 and 2, he's gaining on me, but as we come out of 2, I'm able to pull him there in turn 2. So what I was noticing very early on is I was probably a little bit faster than him in 1 and 2. He was faster than me in 3 and 4. Both of the corners, even though this is a cookie cutter mile and a half, both of the corners feel very different on iRacing. 3 and 4 feels a lot like Darlington 3 and 4, where you kind of have to slide it up, and 1 and 2 feels a lot like Darlington 1 and 2. This feels like a weird version of Darlington, basically. I haven't run the high lane, but 1 and 2, you're able to carry a lot more momentum, which seemed like fit me more. I was very fast through there. 3 and 4, had to get a little bit more on the brakes, had to let the car coast a little bit longer, and that might have seemed to help Justin out a little bit more. Lap 33, 8 laps into the run, you can see he's still right on our bumper, still trying to make that pass, but he's going to have to try to get to that inside. Lap 41, we're about 20 laps into the run now, about 15, 20 laps. We're starting to pull away from Justin. Now this was really a big confidence booster to me, because as you guys know, I usually struggle on the long runs. But here we were able to save the tires a little bit. Seemed like I was saving my right front tire, and we were able to pull away from Justin here. And coming to the last lap of the stage, we will come around and win stage 1. I think that is our second or third stage win of the season, but that will do very well for the playoffs that start next week, and we are going to be in the playoffs most likely, but trying to get those playoff points. So we get a point, keep one away from Justin. Now let's hopefully get into the lead at the end of this stage. Coming out of pit road, here we go. And no, Justin is going to get into the lead. So the pit crew lets us down a little bit, and we lose the lead. And that's not going to be good, because it's already so hard to pass. So this is going to be tough. Justin's going to be on the inside, trying to get a good start on this restart. And we do get a pretty solid start, get to the inside lane, hold our second place position. Let's see if we can get around him. I'm already planning in my head. Gonna have to probably pull off a slide job. So we're gonna have to take a risk here when the time comes. If we can get to him and pass him, gonna have to pull off a slide job. So let's see how hard Justin pushes it. That's the main key I was thinking here. Go to lap 60. So this is about 5 laps after the restart, and he's pulling away. He's already almost out to a 1-second lead. I am driving the same as I was the first run and the second run. Same exact way. I'm not really pushing it so hard. If I tried pushing it as hard as Justin, I think I'd hit the wall. I don't think I can go as fast as him, to be honest, in the short run. But I know he is really pushing his car right now as hard as he can go. So I'm very patient. It's really hard to watch a car drive away from you, but you have to, it's kind of like a whole thing where you just got to understand, I'll get to him, you know, just let him go out on a leash, and then kind of try and bring him back slowly. So that's going to be the plan here. Lap 65, over 10 laps into the run, he's out to a 1-second lead. Lap 67, going to lap 68. We're about to hit that 15 lap mark of this run. This is when I started to pull away from him last time, and now the 1-second gap is down to 0.6 of a second. So you can see it's already working, being able to save the tires. Lap 72, this is about 20 laps into the run, and we're really starting to pick up the pace, and this was that confidence booster I needed. I didn't drive any harder than I was before. I've just saved my tires, and we're able to run down the leader, and now I'm hoping that Justin struggles a little bit more. But now around lap 25, it started to even out last run. Right before the end of the stage, me and Justin were running the same lap time. So now we're at that point. Lap 77, about 25 laps into the run, almost there, and we're starting to even out. But Justin gets a little bit too tight. Coming out of turn 4, this is our chance. This is probably where we're going to send it in turn 1, and I don't do it. I should have probably done it, but we don't do it. I'm going to try to get a good run coming out of turn 2, stay right on his bumper. Car is getting a tiny bit loose. Had to back out of the throttle there, and unfortunately the opportunity is lost. I really wanted to send it there, but I thought it'd be too risky. I thought I wouldn't be able to complete the slide job. I had a chance, but maybe a little bit too early on in the race. I knew I was faster, so a little conservative. Let's wait. Lap 85. We're not really gaining any time on Justin now. You can see we're getting loose coming out of turn 2 and tight in 3 and 4. So it's going to be difficult to pass him. So lap 89, we have to pit before the end of this race. Lap 89, I decide to make a little bit of a risky call, short pitting. So here we come down pit road. Hopefully we do all right. And we do. There we go. All right, with no speeding. We are in pit road. Justin notices that I pitted, so I'm kind of hoping he stays out maybe one more lap. Excuse me. Hope he stays out one more lap, and maybe he can stay out on those old tires and we can jump over him. So now we are in clean track coming out of pit road. That is exactly what I needed. Get back up onto the track. And this is the out lap. This is the lap we got to hit right. So here comes Justin. 2 laps later, he went one more lap around, and then he pitted. So 2 laps he ran on old tires compared to the 2 laps I had on new tires. Ben is completely overshooting pit road. He's going to get a speeding penalty for that. But here comes Justin coming out of pit road. This is the moment of the race. We have to try and jump him here. There you see us in the back. We're coming around through 1 and 2, and it looks like we will be able to get around Justin here and overtake him for the lead, and that is massively important, as it is just so hard to pass. So the strategy works off. I took a risk. Maybe a caution could have come out, and the caution still can come out right now. As you can see, we are in P5, so if a caution would come out, it would really hurt our chances to win. But I was able to force Justin to come down pit road and be able to use the fresh tires for that extra lap and get around him. So now we have to get around Bobby Chaney doesn't give me a lot of room there, but he kind of pinched me down in the middle of the corner, but that's fine. No contact made, so able to get around him. And we have a 1.5 second gap to Justin. Now that gap closes a little bit here. This is around lap 100. You can see him, that's about a second, maybe 7/10 of a second. He's coming. He has 2 lap fresher tires. He's faster on the short run naturally than we are. So now we have to see, can we hold him off? And I'm trying to understand that, listen, I know he's probably going to catch me, and it's the whole point of when he does catch me is to make it hard for him to pass. So I'm currently saving my tires. We have around 20 laps to go, saving the tires. I'm kind of letting him reel me in. If I tried pushing any harder, I'd probably hit the wall, so I don't want to do that. And now he is still lap 115, 10 laps to go. He's been around 0.5 of a second this entire time. So now I know his tires have kind of burnt off a little bit, and we're in this stage where we're evened out. So we're basically running the same lap times. I'm getting a little bit too loose coming out of turn 2. We scraped the wall, but luckily it's not too much. I don't think Justin's going to get to us and be able to slide it in there, and he's not going to be able to. He's going to be able to get to our bumper. We got to regroup here. I'm driving as hard as I possibly can and going basically 100%. And there we go. We're able to get back out of turn 4, pull him just a little bit. Here we go through 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is the corner I really like. 1 and 2 is the corner where I'm able to get some momentum to be able to pull away from him. That's what we're able to do in 1 and 2. So going through 3 and 4, 5 laps to go. Justin is still pushing us. 5 laps to go. We have a 0.2 of a second lead. I can honestly say basically my throat was drying up here. I was logistically choking without choking. So I was choking on the inside, but not choking on the track. So that's how it was happening. And I had to drive basically this hard for 80 laps. And let's see if we can win this race. It'd be our first win in Newark if we can do it. 2 laps to go. Justin is starting to fade. We haven't made any mistakes since scraping the wall there in 1 and 2. But you can see the gap is out to about 0.5 second again. And this is going to be, if we could just not hit the wall, you can see I'm giving myself a good amount of room coming out of turn 2. I don't want to hit that wall. I'm trying to stay nice and patient here. White flag is out. Justin is still 0.5 of a second back. We were able to pull away from him to the point where he can't even try a slide job. If he wanted to try something, he'd have to do something in Kansas 2008 with Carl Edwards. But I don't think he's going to do that. So coming through 1 and 2, one final time. Justin is trying as hard as he can. He gets loose coming out of turn 2. That should be the writing on the wall. I see that in the mirror. We just have to be nice and easy through 3 and 4. I'm still running pretty high on the track when I'm looking at it on the replay, but I'm way off the wall at this point. Gonna come out of turn 4. It took a little bit of time, but we're finally going to win our first Newark race. We've won like 5 NIS races, but Newark is a little bit more difficult. Really had to work for that one. Since the end of the stage to the end of the race, it went green. I had to push 100% the entire time, and we can burn it down and celebrate. Definitely a lot of fun, and that one was definitely earned. Big shout out to Justin. I know you're probably watching this. Big shout out to Justin for pushing me that hard. And pretty much a surprising win, I would say. Definitely a surprising win. I didn't think I'd be that good at Kansas because I didn't think running the high line was my strength. But maybe it is. Maybe I should drive tracks that require the high line more often because that was a lot of fun. Only scraped the wall once, but it ended up being okay. So thank you guys all for the support, watching the live streams and stuff. If you guys want to know how to watch the live stream Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern, MaxSpeed TV. Winner, there we go. Nice to win the first race of the season. Now we head into the playoffs with some momentum. If you like the video, make sure to like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Playoffs start next week. Going to carry some good momentum in there. Finally have the confidence of winning the race. Let's go get ourselves a championship. Peace out.